In the depths of the forest, along an old forgotten road, stands a hotel. A small wooden building with crooked walls and windows that have never been replaced. The hotel remembers a time when the road was full of life, when travelers stopped here, merchants, families on their way to the city. Today, few come. Tired drivers who lost their way, tourists who took a wrong turn. People seeking silence. The silence here is everywhere. Too deep, unnatural, and those who stayed the night rarely return. The hotel has 7 rooms upstairs. 6 of them are ordinary. Wooden beds, old wardrobes, stains on the ceiling. But then there is room number 7. The door is always locked. A rusty key hangs from a nail, tied with an old piece of string. The receptionist, a grey-haired, silent man with no expression, never offers that room. When guests ask for a room, he speaks of any room but the 7th. And if someone asks directly, he simply shrugs and says it's reserved. Always reserved. Every night, at exactly 11 o'clock, a dim yellow light appears in the window of room number 7. The broken curtains glow faintly. No one sees who lights the lamp. No one hears the floor creak or a chair move, but the light shines. Sometimes a guest dares to look through the keyhole, then they hear a soft rustling, bare footsteps on the old boards, as if something is waiting for the door to open. They say, long ago, a man came to the hotel. Alone, no one knew his name. He arrived on a stormy night, when the wind shook the trees and the rain beat against the roof. He asked for the cheapest room. He was given room number 7. Before the receptionist knew its story, in the morning, the man was gone, the bed untouched, the window closed, the door locked from inside. And on the wall, near the mirror, written in trembling letters, was a single word, "I'll return." Since that night, room number 7 stays empty. Every night, the light turns on by itself. Every night, something moves inside. And every night, the receptionist sits behind the counter, staring at the wall, waiting for dawn. Those who dared to enter room number 7 never came back. They say, sometimes, at midnight, someone pulls back the curtain and looks out. Eyes that are no longer human. Eyes that wait. And when morning comes, room number 7 stands empty again. But the door creaks, as if someone just closed it. The key hangs on its nail, the light goes out, and it begins again the next night. Years passed, receptionists came and went. Some left in silence, others left in madness. One of them, a young man who worked just a single winter, left behind a journal. The pages were filled with shaky letters, crossed out words, unfinished thoughts. He wrote of whispers at night, voices drawing closer. The door to room 7 moving on its own. His last entry was short. I can't stand it. I'll open it. By morning, he was gone. Room 7 was empty. But the cold remained. A cold that sank into your bones. A cold that stayed in your heart forever. There were guests who came on purpose, with cameras, microphones, devices to measure the invisible. They came with confidence, laughing at old tales. They said it was just creaking wood, just drafts, just fear. But at night, their equipment failed. Batteries died in an instant. Cameras froze on still images, and in the morning, their cars sat untouched in the parking lot. Just like room number 7, the light only went out when the sun rose. Some tried to destroy room 7. Someone threw the key into the well. But at night, it hung on its nail again. Someone else put a padlock on the door, smashed the window, but the next night, the window was whole. The light shone like always. The padlock lay open on the floor, as if it had never been. They say room 7 is older than the hotel, that it has always been here, that it's not the room inside the hotel, but the hotel around the room. that no matter how far you run, once you've stood before its door, it will find you in a dream, in a mirror, in that last quiet moment before dawn. One stormy night, as the wind bent the trees and the moon hid behind clouds, a man came to the hotel. He wore a long coat. His face was pale, his eyes dark and tired. He did not ask for a room. He did not ask for the price. He asked only for the key to room number 7. The receptionist said nothing. The man placed an old silver watch on the counter. Its hands were frozen at 11 o'clock. The receptionist, hand trembling, took the key from the nail and gave it to him. The man climbed the stairs. Every step echoed in the emptiness. That night, the light in room 7 came on earlier than ever. The rustling grew louder. The steps ran back and forth. And then, silence. Heavy, endless silence. In the morning, room 7 was empty. On the floor lay the watch. Its glass was cracked. Its hands still pointed to 11 o'clock. Since that night, the light in room 7 never goes out. It shines all day, all night, and if you pass the hotel at dusk and look up at the window, you may see a shadow that waits, because room number 7 is no longer empty, and it never will be again.